Hey. Hey, everybody. It's us.
What is
This
this?
is
Did we start?
Starting Rolls. We're starting right now. The Starting Rolls is Lee, Dave, and me, Aristotle, and we're just hanging out here this morning. It's crazy. You might notice that it's Christmas behind me. Don't ask any questions. I'm coming to you from the future, is what I'm trying to say.
It's the first time anyone's ever done this in a podcast, at least.
It's really... We should call science after this. It's called the Technology Factory.
I was looking up the science number, and I think I found it, so we're good.
Yeah, I think you just spell out science on the phone. Yeah. But this is where we are. We're here. Listen to this music. Let's dance.
We don't have any. We don't have any sounds.
Good. It's just me.
So
it's just me dancing to the music.
Vibing with. It's Christmas music.
It's Christmas music. This is off the Christmas album.
Good. Oh, good.
Good stuff. Lee, tell us what we got going on today. I know that there's a lot of traffic outside your window, but you said
what's
you
traffic
had some
looking
articles.
like?
Lee's clipped some articles for us to talk about today, and I can't wait to hear what they are.
We have a ton of news to talk about, guys. We're living through historic times.
Yeah.
Should I start with McCarthy or the alligator that got kicked out of the stadium?
Well, which Florida man do we want to start with?
Is there a difference?
Is there a difference?
I mean,
sounds like the same guy.
Isn't the house
Sounds
just
like
one
the same
giant
story.
carnival?
Well, McCarthy, I know he got ousted. He got kicked out.
He got, for the first time in American history.
That seemed quick.
We fired. It was quick. You know, I love the joke. It was 9 months to the day. And the joke is, no, Republicans need to carry this man to term.
Yeah.
Like, you can't.
I like it. That is true.
But the scary thing is, like, it's like a woo, yay, no, scary nightmare situation because, yay, McCarthy sucks. Get him out.
Yeah.
Yes, get him out.
Yeah.
Who's going to replace him? Jim Jordan? That guy?
That crazy.
So, yes, I wanted to remind
schmuck.
everyone the front runner is Jim Jordan.
Yeah.
So I went back to an article from 2007 or 8, just as a reminder. I had to do some diving. Reminder of who Jim Jordan actually is.
He doesn't even know.
He used
Jim
to be a
Jordan.
wrestling coach at Ohio State University.
Which kind of wrestling? Professional wrestling, or because one's bullshit?
Well, one is
it's not
taught at
bullshit.
colleges and one isn't, so that should answer that question.
Okay, that's fair. No, but listen, all wrestling is
more.
cool. Even professional wrestling.
All wrestling's cool.
We were really watching pro wrestling the other night. We were watching the best of Randy Savage, and I'll tell you, it is pretty great. It is pretty great
Randy
to watch.
Savage should have a one-on-one with this motherfucker.
Yeah, he should body
With
slam
Jim
him.
Jordan, because Jim Jordan, besides being a MAGA fucking nutcase,
Yeah.
when he was working, as a reminder of who our new Speaker of the House might be, and trigger warning, there's some really fucked up shit here. When he was wrestling coach, there was a doctor there who was being accused of some terrible, terrible things. One of these men, Vasquez,
was it Dr.
says he's...
Mengele?
No, we're not going to talk about that either. That's terrible.
That is terrible.
You're
to-
in the mornings. You have a dark sense of humor. In the
I like
mornings.
making you uncomfortable, Lee. I've discovered that I like to mention things that make Lee squirm. Even
this
the,
is
the
from-
horror
it's fun.
king, Lee.
It's terrible because
It's
that's
a-
true.
it feels like it's a
awful-
challenge.
That's
It is-
awful horror.
It is pretty
Like,
terrible.
but this is awful horror too. Tito Vasquez was a student at the time. He says he still remembers the day 3 decades ago as a wrestler in Ohio State University. He went to go see the physical doctor there for the wrestling team. He was having a problem, I believe, with his throat, and the doctor insisted on seeing his genitals. And he's like, I don't know why this. So he was trigger warning molested, and this coach or doctor did that to a bunch of students. When this was brought up to Jim Jordan, who was the wrestling coach, Jim Jordan, quote unquote, said, I have nothing to do with this. He knew about it for years. There's
Brave
proof.
guy.
He knew about this for years and did absolutely nothing about it.
Stand
He's
up, dude.
Terrible, horrible, awful human being who honestly deserves to taste curb, and he's our front runner.
Why? Jim Jordan. If you've seen
For
any
Speaker of the
interview
House
or any hearing with that guy, he doesn't know his ass from his elbow. It's incredible. He
So
is
does that-
so stupid.
This is where our
mean-
country is.
Does
Yeah.
that mean that like all the Republicans have kind of been like, well, this is our best candidate? If that's the
Yeah.
case, like,
Well,
what
not
has
all the
everybody
Republicans.
else done?
No. See, this is the thing that McCarthy, remember, it took 15 rounds to vote this guy in. So what he ended up doing with the Trump Freedom Caucus, which Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, what's her name? Hand job at Beetlejuice, Boebert.
Dobert.
Beetlejuice hand job Boebert. They're all
Say her name 3 times.
he made a deal with them, and it's so funny because he blamed Democrats for all of
he made
this
a deal with the
happening.
devil.
But he made a deal with them saying basically, if you don't like it, we can have one person decide to vote me out. And guess what happened? That happened. So it's actually 4 or 5 people, Republicans, who are now in charge of the rest of the Republicans. They've held hostage. And what did Congress do yesterday after all of this happened?
Didn't they
took a break.
Yeah, they went on vacation.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Fuck we
Does that-
can't get bills made.
Does that count?
We can't do anything without a Speaker of the House.
Does
Like,
that
it's
does that,
important.
do anything.
does that affect the 45-day extension or whatever? Like,
It
Is
will
it now
because at the
a
end
week
of the
longer?
at the end of the 45-day extension, if we don't have a speaker, there's no government to we can't. There's nothing. We can't bring it back.
right? I mean,
got a
they'll
question.
they'll
How
pull
many-
somebody in, but
Yeah, how many places in line are we to become president? Because I know Speaker's third in line, right? Second in line. So it's Vice President, Speaker. I feel like at some point it comes down to you, me, or
I don't think
Dave,
you don't have to be in politics. I don't think to be the speaker.
Yeah.
Well,
I think anybody can be the speaker.
anyone can be the speaker, and you don't have to be in the House, which is why what's really scary.
This is one of our chances,
Yeah.
guys.
You know what I'm about to say, Dave.
Gerald Ford.
What?
No. There are
What?
people suggesting, well, if Trump
I don't think he can.
becomes the Speaker of the House, but he's been
I think-
indicted, so that.
Yeah.
But the thing is Republicans don't care about the
They
indictments.
don't care about it.
No, I know, but I
They
think
keep
there's-
calling Hunter Biden or the Biden crime family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought I read that there was some other reason why he's not eligible.
I think it's the federal indictment. Like if you've been under federal indictment, you can't. But he's got 91.
Yeah.
Oh, can we please also just talk about how Trump was pissed off that he didn't get a jury for this trial that he's on, and it's because his own lawyer forgot to ask for one.
And I love when he was complaining about his lawyers that are standing in the background like, man,
The Curb Your
there's just-
Enthusiasm.
there's
music
no
playing.
way I can stop this right now.
I
Man,
wish I had the Curb Your Enthusiasm soundbite right now.
I wish you did too.
Yeah.
Did you just
Well,
play
I don't.
one? You had a smile on your face like you played a
I
sound
just
bite.
have.
It's
I
the
just
car
have this.
starting up again.
It's the car. Well, as long as they're doing it well. We did have one of our listeners send me a message asking why, while she was giving performance reviews at her job, she couldn't get doing it well out of her.
See that? You've encouraged people.
Look what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
affecting.
See that? We're influencing folks. They're doing positive things. They're praising themselves.
Is that why they call it influencer? Now I get it.
I think so. It's like we say a thing and then other people repeat that thing. Thus, we have influenced. I think.
Can we get into places for free now?
No, just the underwater version of Hooters. I think.
Flippers.
It's just underwater.
Flippers.
Yeah.
Flippers.
It's
I
just
think
the ocean.
it is.
Yeah.
We can get to the ocean for free. It turns out.
Hey, you know what?
Just throw
That's a
yourself
pretty
overboard.
good deal.
That's
Although
pretty good.
there's a lot of nuclear waste in
I don't
that
need it.
big bad
Yeah.
boy. So
We could. How many members of Congress do you think could fit in the ocean? Probably all of them.
I think
don't know
all of
if we
them.
Yeah.
Now the question is, how many members of Congress, especially the Republican side, because they seem to be the ones fucking everything up, how many can we fit in a Titan submersible sub?
Yes. Jim Jordan.
A lot more at the bottom.
I feel like
gotta
if we fold them, we can fit more.
Yeah, we could. We got to convince them, like, we got to inception them and be like, hey, guys, don't you think it's a great idea for you to go down in a submersible? That maybe we get James Cameron to build it. Oh,
here
James
we go.
Cameron.
Oh, my
There it was.
God.
Slipped right in.
James Francis Cameron has entered the chat.
He's entered the chat. Oh, man. I got to get a sound bite of him talking, actually. Yeah.
You know who's exiting the chat is Drew Barrymore's writers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on with
They're
that,
leaving.
Dave. I love this story.
That was such a nice article to see. That all 3 of her writers refused to go back to work after the stunt
That's
she
good.
pulled. So,
I believe they say she's in the find out phase.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that is
She
the
done-
latter half.
She's done finding out. Yeah.
Yeah, she don't.
What did
found
she
out.
expect?
I don't know.
I don't
Like
know,
she
what-
expected to betray her writers and then have them be like, well, we'll come back for you, Drew. You were in
Water under the
screen."
bridge. Yeah.
I was trying to explain the strikes to somebody the other day who doesn't work at all in the entertainment industry, and they were just kind of trying to figure it out. You know, I'm on Long Island right now, so yeah, I'm gonna maybe do a Long Island impression here and there. But this guy was like,
Do it.
wait. So wait,
Do
so
it well.
they still striking? I thought the strikes were over. And I'm like, well, the writer's strike is over, but the acting strike is like, does that affect you? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I thought you had to be in a union. So I had to describe how unions work to,
Yeah.
to him. And then, but then you could tell he was kind of like an anti-union kind of guy.
Oh,
which,
no.
Which
I hope
was
he
kinda
enjoys
like,
his weekend and his 8-hour work days.
Right? I was trying to explain to him, like, hey, imagine you signed up for a job 14 years ago and they didn't give you a raise ever. Like, I was trying to, like,
Yeah.
you know, like, I was trying to explain.
And you
what's
made
going
less
on.
than $26,000 a year because of that.
Yeah, exactly. And you tried to buy groceries and pay rent, stuff like that. Yeah. So,
Oh, boy. Speaking of strikes, Hot Strike Summer. Ooh, hey, whoa, you got an elf coming in bringing you fucking Christmas
Jeez, what was that?
chocolate or something?
I
What the
zoned
hell?
out for a
striped shirt and red
second.
pants, like a candy cane.
Dang.
It was true. It was very true. Yeah, look, it's my Christmas cup. Look,
That is.
That's amazing.
Are you
Is that
are you
weed,
staying
hot
in a
cocoa?
Christmas store?
and
Are you podcasting from like
it was the only place
the
that,
Christmas section at Barnes and Noble?
It was the only place that was I could break into.
They've got great internet here.
Yeah, they do. I'm right next to a Starbucks.
Yeah.
I'm online. It's great. Where do you think I got this?
That's how
Exactly, yeah.
our Utah episode is going to go. We're probably going to be in an area like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of strikes, fun thing. And when I say fun, I mean not fun at all. But Hot Strike Summer has moved into Pumpkin Spice Strike Fall.
Pumpkin Strike
Ooh,
Fall.
Pumpkin Strike
Pumpkin
Fall.
Strike
God
Fall.
Come on, you gotta.
Anyway, the
Eliminate the syllables.
union striking workers call acute short staffing dangerous at Kaiser. What is it? Kaiser Permanente.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Largest healthcare strike in U.S. history is now in its second day. More than 75,000 people on
Yep.
strike
Dang.
right now.
Nobody's working.
And it's all because of the same bullshit. I'm wondering if the 1% is starting to feel a little warm under the collar.
Yeah.
All
That
of these
1%
people
though.
rising
Well, if they're
up.
feeling warm, they can't go to the hospital. They can't get sick.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Don't
there.
get sick.
That is interesting that it's, change never starts from the top down. Starts
Like-
from the bottom up.
It is
But
so bad for hospital workers. They're sleeping in their cars because they
Yeah.
don't have what is this? The film industry?
Yeah.
What is this, the auto industry?
Yeah.
What is this? The retail industry? What
It's
is
crazy. Nobody's able to pay for anything.
What is this?
anymore.
2023?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is just mind-boggling.
Are we in a Great Depression and we just don't realize it yet? And
No,
in
we're
retrospect, we're gonna figure it
no,
out.
not technically, no. But what we are in
I think-
is the fall of the modern Roman Empire.
I think individually we are in a Great Depression.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
Depression going on.
Yeah, on
sure.
an individual level, I don't think anyone's happy.
Yeah.
No.
It's just nothing's getting done about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, hey,
It's like,
Well, I saw someone say the other day, and I just couldn't relate anymore. Of like, every morning I wake up and begin the 8 to 10 hour process of trying to get back to sleep.
pretty good. Yeah, I'm already looking forward to my nap tomorrow.
Fun stuff. This is a fun time to be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back to what is it, episode 2, to figure out what the worst of your lives are.
There's some
any positive things on there?
There's some positive things.
I only
sure.
said the one positive thing during the pre-show. So subscribe to patreon.com/Stoning Rolls podcast for the one positive
To
piece
get your
of
little
news.
ounce of serotonin in there.
Yeah.
Just put
Actually,
the,
no, I do. I
promo bug up.
do have some good news for some sheep, but it's not good for the farmers in Greece. Uh-oh.
Oh wait, hold on. It can't be good for the sheep either.
No, it's good for the sheep. It's just not
All
good for
right.
the farmers.
Just I never heard a good story come out of farmers and sheep, and the sheep come up.
Usually
Yeah.
the farmers come up on the top end.
On the sheep. Yeah.
That's true.
This is
going on?
Greece. What, Dave?
You're already
you
mentioning
okay
Greece?
there, Dave? Yeah, this is in Greece. Unfortunately, due to climate disasters across the world, who knows why that's happening?
No way to
There
tell.
have been historic fires and flooding in Greece, which has been making it hard for sheep to find food. It's also been very hard for medical marijuana growers to grow, so they don't have very much of their stash left.
Wow.
And it was very much to their dismay when they came out one morning and found that all of their remaining marijuana stash had been eaten by a herd of sheep. And the sheep were all sleeping.
Dude, those are going to be the best lamb chops ever.
Yo,
if you
they
think
will
about
be.
it.
Yeah.
Like-
Of course,
Dang.
Dave, the first thing you think about is killing those animals and eating them. To a vegetarian, nonetheless.
Yeah, I know. Hey,
I'm not. Hey, I didn't say kill them.
Right.
They probably are going to die.
What
from
is
ingesting
okay.
so much marijuana?
Dave, you
You
can't
get them.
overdose.
You get them quick.
You got to try
Yeah.
to salvage the meat, is what
I
you're saying.
can't. I don't know about a sheep. A sheep might be able to.
Yeah, they're sleeping for
A
3
sheep?
days though.
A sheep.
They're not
That's
dead
correct.
yet. They're just asleep.
Yeah. Oh.
No, yeah, they're just
This
sleeping.
this one's not moving. Let's eat
Have you
it.
ever been high before?
Start eating it.
Imagine being a sheep. What is the plural of sheep, or
I do
a
that all the
singular
time.
of sheep? Just still sheep.
I guess it's still sheep, right? That's
we
what I
just
was going to
gave
say.
up on that.
Yeah.
Sheeps.
It's not a shep. Or
What is that?
something.
It's a sheep. What are those? It's
Let's
sheep.
call
I just
Brian
told
Regan
you.
real
Just-
quick.
Yeah. Imagine that though. You're a sheep. You're just like. I was more of a goat. Sorry, but
that was a pretty good goat.
Yeah, do sheep neigh or they bray? Goats, what do they
I don't
do?
know.
What do sheep do?
Zebras bray.
Bray,
What?
yeah. Yeah, you
What?
never heard of zebra bray?
Yeah.
what does it
Yeah.
sound like?
Yeah.
What did you just say?
That was offensive in zebra.
I don't
That's
think
a
you're allowed
zebra.
to say that in zebra.
Yeah.
That is a zebra sound.
This is
That's
my
authentic.
Zootopia 2 audition.
This is from when I used to hunt zebra in the Serengeti.
Whoa.
What?
You can't be hunting zebra.
No, I just hunted to look at them and maybe pet them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
not to-
okay.
I would never.
Unlike Dave
Kill.
here, who would just eat them,
Yeah,
apparently.
He was Ethan hunting them. He was learning what they look like so he can make a believable mask.
I was there
Anyway.
to feed them pot plants.
Yeah.
So they
Anyway,
can
those
go to
sheep
sleep.
are a lot like Dave right now.
So
Yeah.
what's the end? That's it?
There's a lot of pot smokers in Greece that actually aren't going to be getting their weed.
Yeah.
Now wouldn't you
literally-
be angry and want to eat that sheep?
I
Yeah,
feel
good
like we
point.
should play the "In the Arms of an Angel" song after that story.
Yeah.
And show like really sad people in Greece not being
Well, I
able to
think
get high.
of
I think I know what our
animals.
AI commercial can be this week.
Yes. Oh my
Just
A bunch of
god.
high ass sheep.
Speaking of animals,
sheep
if you
picking a sheep to sleep.
Yeah.
if anyone out there knows how to catch a squirrel, I could just use the advice.
Oh God.
You got it. Why you got to catch a squirrel for? What's the?
You'll
is
find
the
out
squirrel-
eventually.
Hey Lee,
once
you
I
got a
once I
squirrel
No.
problem.
No, we
squirrel
won't.
bother
No.
He's gonna bring it up again, and he's not gonna say anything about it.
Yeah,
Just
No,
like last episode.
So I need to find a squirrel. That's all I'm getting at here.
Wait, what are you going to use this?
I've got a fail safe for this program, you two.
As
But
the
it
animal
didn't-
rights activist and the pro
Yeah.
pot smoking animal person here.
This has nothing to do with pot or
Okay.
any activities. I don't know what you're
Okay.
talking about. We need a squirrel,
We need a squirrel.
and that's
everybody.
the end of it. So
Don't
if
ask
you're
any
listening to
questions.
this and you know how to catch a squirrel
Get us one.
humanely, obviously.
You know what? I saw there was a trend going around on TikTok that was saying like how to hypnotize a squirrel, basically,
What?
and it had to
Your
do
nut-
with like
you got to
it
dingle
had to
your
do
nuts.
with like waving your arm like this
oh,
at it.
not
and
swinging your nuts to and fro.
They were saying, well, that's a plan B.
That's if you
Always
want
a
to
plan
latch
B.
on.
Right.
But they were saying like that's like it mimics like what they do with their tails, and that's how they communicate. So like, I swear I was seeing pictures of people doing this and like walking right up to a squirrel.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I've done it several
Thanks.
times in public, and I've had no success. And I'm starting to think that those might not have been real videos.
You got punked.
That
Yeah.
might have been a hallucination. I am going to find a way to catch a squirrel, and you guys will see when we are, living the high life. You're going to be thanking me for catching that squirrel. End of story. Next subject.
I've already
curious.
forgotten he told me at one point, Aristotle, in between shows, and I've
Do we-
already forgotten.
What about a chipmunk? Does a chipmunk? Do we need 2 chipmunks? Is that equal 1 squirrel?
I get you 2 chipmunks, but I can't get you a squirrel.
I mean, if we have 2 chipmunks, that could work.
Okay. Chipmunk or any small woodland creature will do.
Thing
You
is,
got
it
any
has to
you got any
fit.
change for a squirrel?
It has to fit in the thing that no, you know what? Let's just move on.
Wait. The thing that last year was
He's already made the harness. So you can't.
last week was anal beads. This
Yeah.
week is squirrels. I'm just wondering what's going on.
I'm not sticking the squirrel up my butt.
He's got a big
Okay.
chess
You
tournament coming up.
sicko. I just need to train a squirrel
Yeah.
to vibrate.
Just gotta teach it chess first.
I was thinking about that, Abe, to go back to anal beads. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I need to look more deep into this because it
gotta
still
get all
doesn't
the way
make
up in
sense
there.
to me. How in playing chess does vibrating anal beads help? Because it's not like the vibrating anal beads will be like pawn, knight, 4. Like.
Well, you'd have a code. You'd have somebody buzzing them.
So we're talking Morse code. Beep,
But at that-
beep,
but at
beep,
that
beep,
point-
beep.
Imagine.
How do your
like-
bowels tell when? I don't think this is.
I think
I think he's innocent.
right. I think it just relaxes you and makes you think clearer.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe that's it. It's like when you're tense.
It's like performance enhancing anal beads.
We gotta check all these chess players.
Yeah, they drug test all these chess players.
Yeah, but they don't cavity search them apparently.
Apparently not.
They do.
Also,
they will
can we
now.
change the name of cavity searches because it sounds like a dental thing, and then suddenly the cop
Like
pulled out a
looking for-
glove.
Yeah,
How about
you just open wide. And you're like, not that
peer
cavity.
holing? Peer hole.
Peer hole.
Hole peering. How about, is that a good one? No?
Spelunking?
We can keep going. I'm just spitballing here. Wait, spitballing.
Star searching, spitballing. That's a different move.
It's
Still used by the cops, but not for the butt.
adjacent move.
It's butt adjacent. New
yeah.
band name. I call it butt adjacent.
What? That was my band in high school.
My band in elementary school was the Anal Warts.
Whoa.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry, did you say elementary?
elementary school. Yeah, and we
Anal
played
Warts.
the 5th grade talent show, and the principal didn't know the name of our band when he announced it on the microphone. He got the list. He called us the Anal Warts.
The animal.
Well, he can't very well.
I was gonna ask if you did like some kind of spelling thing, like a phonetic thing. So
No, we
it was
were
like
straightforward anal
Anna
warts.
It was in those like those heavy metal band where you can't even read the thing anyway.
Yeah, what does it say? It looks like a bunch of anal warts.
Yeah.
My friends had a band called Free Beer, so that on the
That's
like,
a
the
good one.
marquees.
Yeah,
on
That's
the
actually really
marquees it would be
fucked up.
free beer, but there would be no free beer.
I'm
So,
against
yeah.
that, actually. I need to talk
Yeah.
to your friends. I bet they
False
feel bad.
They were in my band before. They were in high school. That was the name of the band.
Free beers?
So free
You guys
beer.
you guys are evil.
Yeah, they were 16 or 17 at the time, and they
If
couldn't
I-
even buy beer.
If I saw a marquee that said free beer and I went in and there was 16-year-olds in a band called Free Beer, I'd show them the meaning of punk rock and roll.
You'd be like, "Oh yeah, Anal Warts is about to show up and show
Yeah.
you guys."
I don't even drink that much. And when I do, it's a 4.5% alcohol beer. It gets me fucking wasted.
I just like free stuff.
You know
But
what
I want
love?
free stuff.
All of this conversation is going on in my headphones, and when I just shouted Anal Warts, I just got a look from Aubrey from across
We're
the
in-
room.
Your elf.
We're in the we're in the medical section of our
Yeah, this
Of
is
our podcast.
We're talking about Kaiser Permanente.
Kaiser Permanente.
And
we're
anal
talking
warts.
about
Anal
sheep,
warts.
We're talking about anal warts. There's all
Anal
it's all of it.
fissures. I heard that's a thing.
Anal fissures.
What's a fissure?
A fissure is
seems
like
like a deep crack, right?
yeah, it's a deep
That's-
crack.
So technically, we all have
so
fissures.
Don't we all have
Yeah.
anal fissures then?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go anal fishing.
Not Fisher. Not
Oh, wait.
like Fisher Stevens.
Like Fisher King. No.
Fisher King.
Bobby Fischer.
Bobby
Bobby
Fisher.
Yes.
Fisher.
Bobby
You brought it back.
Fisher.
You
Anal
brought it
warts.
back.
Brought it back
See?
to chess. Look at that.
We're at 6 degrees of anal warts here.
I got
a fissure
some
is like a
sports
deep
news,
crack that
too.
it's very difficult to heal. So it's like usually they're on some kind of like part of the body where it's like elastic and it doesn't stay together long enough for it to heal. Something like that. I
like
just made it up.
old underwear elastic, like that. Is that
Yeah.
that kind of sensation where like it's not as elastic as it used to be? It's got a couple rips in it.
Yeah, and it gets all like cracked and stuff.
It's that only inside your butt.
Yeah, inside your hole.
Interesting. I don't ever want that to happen.
Did you say you had sports news, Lee? What?
Yeah, I do. I have some
you're-
sports news.
You're a sports nut?
Oh, this is great. I like the discomfort.
So
Somebody turn on their vibrating anal beats right now just to relax. Just to
no,
relax.
my Fisher.
Whenever the thought of Jim Jordan becoming Speaker of the House scares the living shit out of you, just remember, these sheep are high as fuck and sleeping. And you can be too.
This has been a mental health public service announcement brought to you by the Stoning Rules.
In sports news, unfortunately, this is not like sad news like Dave would like, where we talk
Wait a
about
minute.
animals and then he just wants to kill and eat them.
Yeah, Dave just wants to eat all the animals. Just wants to
Although he
try 'em.
might want to do that to this story. Wally, the emotional support alligator, got kicked out of the stadium to go see the Phillies. A man
Oh.
brought his emotional support alligator on a leash.
Right.
There are pictures. It's actually kind of cute. It's the alligator named Wally. They went and they were immediately kicked out. Here's the little shamalama ding dong twist. They were invited.
The alligator Wally was invited.
Lee's
This
doing that
is,
thing where
Joe
you like tell a joke, but you keep laughing before the punchline.
Yeah.
Joe Henney, who brought Wally the alligator, said, "We were not there to go to the ball game. We were there to meet the players.
Eat the players, more like it.
Because we were
Yeah.
invited."
Dave, do you want to eat the players?
Yeah.
You want to eat the alligator at least.
Have you ever had gators?
You know
I
how
have
hard
had
it
to.
is to transport
Yeah.
an alligator to a stadium and only to be turned away once you've been invited?
Right. Where do you keep it
Now
in the back
that's
of the pickup?
sports news.
But you can't just walk up with an alligator either. Like there has to be.
You can if it's on a leash, and no one's allowed to ask you for paperwork if it's an emotional support animal.
Interesting.
But that's out of hand. Like that's a
Yeah, it was on a leash.
that's a I need more coffee if I'm gonna compete here.
They were standing in line waiting.
So I could bring an emotional bear. Like that's what I mean. Like it's
Dave. I think you're missing the point. He was turned away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like had he shown up like probably in a cage or like done, handled properly, he probably would have been, they would have been like, okay, let's check this out.
Or his trench coat.
I say equal opportunity for all emotional support animals.
Okay.
But that's what I mean.
Well,
like you could have an emotional tiger and then it's just going to maul a bunch of people.
Emotionally, it'll probably feel pretty good
To be mauled by that tiger?
No, for
or to
the
be
person
in
who
control
owns it,
of
who likes to see people get eaten by tigers.
this is why I got this tiger, because I don't like people.
Yeah.
That's the sports news I was able to find. As an alligator got kicked out of a stadium.
Who was invited? That's so weird.
Who was invited? The alligator was invited. Now, what's really great is there's a picture of this man and his alligator on a leash, and he has a picture of his alligator on a leash on his T-shirt. It's very meta.
That would be really cool if they accidentally used the other picture of the alligator that's been going around the internet with the guy kicking it.
Might be the same alligator.
You haven't seen that?
No.
I thought for sure you would have seen that. It was like
someone kicked an alligator.
That sounds like a physical abuse alligator, not a.
I think it was. I think it was determined that it was all AI generated, but like a pic.
Oh boy.
Okay, we can find that picture and put it up. It's this. It's a big guy like kicking.
Guys, I found a video. I found a video of people cuddling Wally, the support alligator. And he looks really sweet. They've got him. They're holding him like a little cat. But he's like half the size of their body. But he's just like nuzzling up on their neck. I really want to meet him.
The only alligator story I have is like every time I open TikTok, they show me some horrible story for some reason. I don't know, like TikTok and Twitter. Like I open those up and it's just like, here's a horrible story.
It's a shit show hellfire of a world out there. And we got to show it to all the kids.
And the one is like this guy was driving down the road and he saw an alligator with something in its mouth and it happened to be a person's body was in the
half a
mouth.
person.
I did see that. Yeah, the hand came out first apparently, I think.
Oh,
in Florida.
In Florida,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Florida and many other parts of this country, but Florida is one of them. I just don't understand going back in time. Right.
Yeah, I do understand going back in time because I'm
obviously
from
you're from the future. Yeah,
you went
back in time just to do this episode, which is pretty crazy. And everyone listening should feel pretty special about that.
I would have missed it, but I remembered to come back in time, like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Well, maybe you can help answer this question, Aristotle, because it's a question for people back in time. You might be able to go back and ask them.
All right. Let me ask.
When you're colonizing a place, right? Because obviously there were people here and we just did terrible things in order to get this land. Why would you stop in a place that has dinosaurs are still around that would eat?
Like
why would you be like, this is the place? It's swamps everywhere. There's dinosaurs, mosquitoes the size of my fucking face. Let's stop here. Let's kill the people that live here and then just live here.
They had Disney World, though.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean
that does make sense.
That does answer the question.
It's the same though as like tornado alleys. Tornadoes happen in one place on this earth.
Yeah.
Well, technically, St. Louis is in Tornado Alley, and
I don't care what's in Tornado Alley. I don't understand people stopping in a place where the one place on earth are tornadoes, and people are like, you know what? I'm gonna live here.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it has to do with the fact that like they didn't know.
Eventually they did.
Well, yeah.
If I see one of those,
figured it out
the first time. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep going.
Well, it's teetering on that Ben Shapiro argument when he was saying, if the water levels rises, just sell your home.
You fucking moron! Oh my god! You had to bring that little.
Yes, we're invoking Ben Shapiro, who is like the 8th grade debate team captain, and that's it. That's all he's ever raised to. That's what I feel like the level of intellectual buffoonery, or like pseudo-intellectual buffoonery that he does. It's just so silly. He's just like, I can make an argument against whatever. And it's like, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But are you being honest about, like...
No,
are you
they'll be
being-
like,
Yeah.
banned books are rightfully being taken away because Democrats like child pornography. And then that'll be like his point.
It's
You'll be like,
less.
what are you fucking talking
it's-
about? He'll
it's-
be like, it's part of the culture, blah, 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 of child, blah, 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 blah.
It has nothing to do with
If
information at
liberals really
that point.
like to read books, and books are made of paper, and paper is made of trees.
And gender
Liberals
is not a
hate
spectrum.
the rainforests, and they like to kill trees. It's just...
It's like,
You know,
cool.
also, this guy popped up on my feed because I like watching, political stuff. This guy, Tim Pool, he's rather famous. Have you guys seen Tim Pool?
Is he
I
related
don't
to
think
Tim
so. I get a lot
Heidecker?
of David Parkman. Lately.
No, Tim Heidecker and Tim Pool though do have a feud going on, and it's amazing because Tim Pool is like the bro version of Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
He's even worse. He's like I feel like Ben Shapiro, although annoying and stupid, you
He's
could
very
like
stupid.
you could
That's the
talk
thing.
with him, and at the end of the conversation, you wouldn't be like hitting yourself in the face with how mad you would be at how, because you're like he's Ben Shapiro's an idiot, but this Tim Pool guy is so beyond dumb that it's like I was happening to my mouth like I can't. And he's got millions and millions of followers. He's anti-mask, anti-vaccine, pro, Hillary Clinton eating babies underneath a pizza restaurant or some bullshit like that.
That is crazy.
Which,
You know,
why are we giving away those secrets? Now I have to find a new pizza place to go eat babies at.
I don't understand any of those Charlie Kirks or any of those Ben Shapiros because I feel like people need a hero, and like idiots need a hero. So
That
they
is
pick
their
the top
hero.
idiot. They pick the top idiot, and then somehow they say anything, and then people somehow listen to it. You did say anti-mask right now, which is there's a band actually, and it predates COVID. ANTEMASQUE, anti-mask, and it's and it's Cedric and Omar and Omar's brother from the Mars Volta, actually, and they're a really good band, and I want everybody to listen to them. They sound like
I'll check
they
it
sound
out.
like Santana meets Led Zeppelin, which is pretty cool.
Is the singer from Mars Volta in that band? I can't
It's
listen
Cedric.
to it.
Oh, come on!
You don't
I
like it?
can't. I really really appreciate Mars Volta, but the voice, I can't
so
get
good.
past his voice.
So
I can't.
you
do it.
weren't a big At the Drive-In fan?
Yeah, at the
Either.
drive-in, man.
I love drive-in movies. They
Dude,
just
At
don't
the
have them out
Drive-In-
here.
That
You weren't at the
predates
drive-in.
Mars
No.
Volta.
I remember. Was Mars Volta considered hardcore?
No, they're considered
More almost like not experimental,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
sort of
I don't know.
experimental
jam.
jam.
I just
rock.
remember. I remember
emo.
when hardcore became a thing, or at least when I found out about it. I was talking to a
Space
kid who was
Jam.
like, I listened to hardcore, and I was like, hardcore what? He was like, no, I listened to hardcore, and I'm like, hardcore is an adjective, you dumb fuck. What kind of music are you listening to? I
Yeah.
had no idea that hardcore had just become a genre of music.
Yeah. Hardcore. There's a lot of cool
Like,
hardcore.
you listen to
bands.
hardcore punk, hardcore metal, hardcore. What do you listen to? He's like, hardcore.
Right. You're modifying a noun right now. You got to tell me what it is.
You gotta tell me what's hardcore.
Are you listening to rock or roll? Which one is
I'm listening to rock and roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Anti-Mask,
Anyway.
great band. Check it
hip
out.
or hop?
Anti-mask. I will listen to them. I'll give them a chance because
Yeah,
I
more
don't like
song
to.
oriented, less space jammy, more just like hard rock. It's good stuff.
They're super talented. Mars Volta,
Yeah.
unbelievably talented.
I've seen them a couple times. I saw them about a year ago, and they just blew my mind. They were great. But yes, Lee, Cedric was singing the whole time. So you might not have wanted to hear that. But, at least he's not the singer from Alt J, which is Adam Sandler. We all know that.
Yeah.
Yes, we know Adam Sandler is the singer from Alt J. Who else is a secret singer of a band?
Secret singers of bands.
Are there any other celebrities that are
There
secret
was
singers?
somebody
Gosling.
made a comparison of Miley Cyrus with somebody. Who was it though? I don't know. And they did like no, I think it was like some dude, and then they just like did some pitch changing stuff and like played it, and it was like it sounded just like.
Tom
Wait, was it
Waits.
Post Malone or someone like that?
I don't know.
They did. I remember seeing that they they upped the pitch and like and slowed the beats per minute a sec, and it like sounded exactly like.
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was.
I can't either.
What a non-story.
Yeah.
Ryan
guys.
Gosling has a band. What's the name of Ryan Gosling's band?
Oh, I love them.
Dead
Bones.
Man's Bros.
Dead Man's Bones. Yeah.
Dead
Man's Bones.
Dead Man's Bones.
Dead Man's Bones. They're great. You know, they use the Silver Lake Choir, kids choir,
They
as
use them for
backing
what?
vocals.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to their band? A lot of
I
kids
have heard.
singing. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a fun story. When I was on my punk rock tour in London, there was this guy taking us to all the different legendary musical spots in all of London and whatnot. And he showed us where they recorded The Wall by Pink Floyd. And right across from that recording studio is a playground. And at that playground is where Roger Waters said, hey, this song is missing something. I'm going to go across the street, talk to these kids who are playing on the playground to come into the studio to sing, we don't need no education. So he got them all to sing. There's a really cool part to this story, too, because that's a legendary song, right? And then the school district was like, yo, your song is like #1 in the world. Like Roger Waters, you didn't even pay these kids. And Roger Waters said, you know what? You guys, this school district can get all of the proceeds forever from that song, so that all of the royalties ever have gone to that school district, and it's like the nicest school district now. It was one of the poorest. It was one of the poorest at the time, and now it's one of the most coveted school districts to get into because that song finally pays for
Isn't it strange how our rock idols used to be cool, and now like Roger Waters is a pro-Putin, anti-Ukraine idiot, and like Eric Clapton is an anti-vaxxer. And
Roger Waters really is.
Yeah, which is so weird because he was very anti-Trump when Trump was president, and then this whole Ukraine thing happened, and he came out on the side of Russia.
What did Ukraine do to him?
Yeah, I don't know. Also, interesting bit. I don't know if anyone knows this about We Don't Need No Education. It's ironic because that is improper English.
It is grammatically incorrect.
So maybe they do need an education. I don't know.
It's the most punk rock type of song.
Trying to get
they are punk rock.
Canceled.
Once again, punk rock attitude, not a genre of music. Although it is a genre of music, but anyone who's like, you're not punk rock because you don't listen to punk doesn't understand punk.
Yeah. Punk, though, only existed for 18 months, according to our tour guide. He said late 70s for 18 months, punk rock. That was the only time it existed because the whole idea and foundation of punk rock is that you can't play your instruments. You're just like emoting, you're just feeling, you're just creating a vibe, and you're not very good at the instruments because you don't have to be. It's all about the attitude. But after about 6 months of playing the same 3 chords, you actually get good at playing those chords, and then after a year, you're actually a good guitar player or a drummer.
Well,
so
I would argue with that person that punk rock continued in different forms. Like hip hop started about 5 or 6 years after punk rock was started, and hip hop certainly was punk.
So I can't play instruments very well. Does that make me a punk rocker?
Yes. Yeah,
I think that person was kind of gatekeeping punk rock, to be honest. Because there are a lot of bands that are excellent musicians that still have the punk rock attitude. Rage Against the Machine's a fucking punk band.
They had their chance.
They're totally punk.
Yeah.
I mean,
ironically, the one punk band that isn't really a punk band is the Sex Pistols, who are credited for like helping start the punk movement.
Yeah,
I thought they were just T-shirts.
They auditioned to be in the band, which is no big problem. They had the punk attitude, but really they were a billboard for Vivienne Westwood and Malcolm McLaren's clothing shop, Sex, on I think it was Kings Road.
Wow, we were learning a lot about alligators, sheep, and punk rock today.
This is what happens when we do morning shows. Like
we're all amped up on coffee.
I've got 4 cups of coffee in me and no marijuana because I'm trying not to smoke in the mornings, and I don't have any.
That helps you with that here.
But this is a sober episode for me, and I want to ask the listeners: prefer sober or maybe the late night episodes where it's a little more loose?
The late night after hours,
less clothing below the waist. You'd never know.
Ask me anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That last episode, you took your shirt off, Lee.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
I don't know if
unbuttoned
you
it.
remember that.
Last episode, I unbuttoned it.
Yeah.
You were running around
gotta-
naked,
You got to
Yeah.
keep them wanting more.
enticing.
Hmm.
Man,
That's
Jim
Don't worry, if I
Jordan-
stand up, they'll all leave.
Could you believe that Jim Jordan might be Speaker of the House?
No, God, no, stop it.
It's pretty terrible. He's such a dummy. He's such a dummy. Ben Shapiro's such a dummy. We're just talking about all of the same things
Dummies.
that have the same IQ as a sheep, I think, today.
No, sheep are
sheep- a
smarter.
sheep
At least
on,
they'll
yeah.
eat weed when they see it.
Yeah. So much smarter.
It's just like this country. This is coming from obviously a privileged white guy, but this country has certainly gone to shit in the past couple of years.
We got to make America great again.
I love though when you hear people going like, the past couple of years, this country really has gone to shit. I'm like, yeah, for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're talking to.
Try decades.
I
Try
know.
hundreds of years.
Yeah.
I find that funny because the Black Lives Matters movement, I might have mentioned this before, but, like literally every decade, if you go back, it's like rappers from 10, 15 years ago, the cops beat us up. Dave Chappelle in the 90s, hey, the cops beat me up. Richard Pryor in the 70s, when the cops came and beat me up, and it's like, ha ha, good joke. And then suddenly in 2020, people are like, wait, the cops
be
beat
that.
black people up.
Yeah.
Well, because it elevated where we watched a man get murdered on camera.
Yeah, because it was
That
fun
was-
and games until someone
It was all
actually got
fun and
murdered.
games until someone slowly dies in front of you, apparently. But I remember
On
being
camera.
a kid watching.
But yeah, exactly.
Rodney
That's
King
just
on
one that we
camera.
saw.
Exactly. No, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
I also think it was a bunch of white people being forced to stay in their homes and suddenly are like facing the rest of the world going, oh shit, there's a bunch of shit I didn't know because of my privilege. And
Right.
then what do white people do best when they realize that they've been lacking? They overcompensate.
Yeah.
Thus, we just
Yeah.
turned it into our issue as opposed to what the
Right.
real issue was.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Yeah.
co-op. Yeah, co-op
Like-
movement.
We're
Although
really
I
good at that.
I saw
Mine
a
now.
lot of
That's mine now.
There was a lot of funny like missteps during that time too, because people like first of all, a lot of friends were a friend of mine. They were like, I don't know what to say or do, and I'm like, here's a rule of thumb: like if there's like good things that happen, say yeah, good thing, and if like there's a bad thing that happens, like someone gets murdered in the streets, like maybe like hang out and listen to what's going on and kind of listen
Yeah.
to it. But there would be some people that would post things that would be like Black Lives Matter, and they'd be like Black Lives Matter, trans lives matter, indigenous people's lives matter. It's like yes, but you're also saying all lives matter again. And right now it's specifically, it was funny to watch how like people could not figure out how not to say all lives matter and like focus on the issue at hand. It
That was
very
what's so funny about the All Lives Matter say. It's like,
yeah.
fucking duh.
Yeah,
That's
like
not what
why
we're
do we need
talking
it?
about
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Had it not been that before? Like what?
Yeah.
Was it only certain? Yeah. But now
Well, who
you're
was it?
saying-
Somebody had the perfect metaphor of like breaking an arm, and you go to the doctor, and you're like, "I think my arm's broken," and the doctor's saying, "Yes, well, all bones matter."
Yeah. All your limbs matter.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I love the Michael
This
Che.
is the one right now. That's something.
I love the Michael Che joke where it's like, if your girlfriend comes up to me and says, "Do you love me?" and your answer was, "Baby, I love everybody."
Yeah. You're gonna go to the hospital with a broken arm.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But my question is, how do we turn this whole racial issue into something about me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a
We
good
suck.
time to. That was a good time to TikTok.
It was.
Yeah.
That's
was
what.
indeed.
See, that's the problem. Is like, and I'm part of the problem. We all are. It turns these huge events, historical events, and things like that, turn into let's make content out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I've been like had a bit of a mental breakdown last year and just kind of decided to stop TikToking because like I realized that's what it is. It's just like that's a selfish bullshit thing of you say you're doing it to inform other people, but part of it you're doing it because it makes you feel better about yourself.
Yeah,
right?
But I don't know. That's like with any charity work or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like,
But with charity
most
work,
people do it because
with charity work though, you don't see in likes.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who do this like accountability bullshit on TikTok.
Right.
Who are? It's clear that they started with the right intentions, and now it's all about views and likes, and it doesn't matter whose life is ruined in the process.
And this
it's the content that matters. Yeah.
This is very much the issue too. And I remember like years ago when people would be like, "Look, I gave this unhoused person a brand new pair of shoes," and it's like, "Why did you bring your camera though? Why did you
film
video
that shit?
that?" And like, because you wanted the views. Oh, also, just last week when the mom was protecting her kid from the black bear that was like eating their enchiladas, like that whole thing. I was like, there's a person standing right there recording the whole thing, and nobody.
I think that was her husband and the kid's father.
Nobody thought about that part. They were just like, look at the cool mom saving her kid from the bear. I mean, they did the right thing, which was to stay still, but the dad just sat there and recorded
He kept that camera pretty still. Maybe he was filming beforehand, and the bear just entered frame, and they had to stay totally still.
Enter.
That bear got some. Did you see those enchiladas or whatever they were eating? They looked delicious.
I missed the story. I didn't see it.
I was so jealous of that bear.
I'll see it when I watch this episode.
The trick is, Dave, if you go to a park, you see family eat delicious food, always bring a bear costume.
Always bring a bear costume.
You're like Yogi Bear. You just show up like clearly in a bear costume.
Everybody stay still.
Everyone stay still.
Everybody
Don't
stay
make
still.
eye contact
Don't
with
look
this
at me.
scary bear.
Say goodbye to your chimichangas.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, boo boo.
Yeah.
I got some
Need more
enchiladas.
salsa?
They brought crunch wraps, everybody.
Hey, yo, boo boo. They got chili relleno.
Yeah.
The food I did feel bad because I was like, what if that was like a big old home cooked meal? And they'd spend all day on that, and then
That bear just diarrhea later. Like, is
They'll
not
be able
used
to
to
track
that.
that bear for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
Good times we're in. We had some. We've been all over the map when it comes to varying seriousness of stories.
Yes, there's all kinds of. But that's
From
life.
anal
isn't it?
beads to anal warts.
You got to inject humor into everything. I think it's possible. Everything can. You can feel better about tragedy with just a little bit of humor. Just take my brother for example. He's in the hospital currently because he was injured gravely, but he has had such a good sense of humor this whole time, and it's been helping. And he's had no shortage of visitors and friends, which is actually super cool.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. But the whole time, one of our friends, my brother was like, don't have Bobby call me because he's gonna make me laugh and it's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah,
we got
That's
a friend
an issue.
he's so funny, and we were like, Bobby, you can't see Ricky yet because you're gonna make him laugh, and he's broken all of his ribs. So
he pulls out a slide whistle and wow.
But humor has been helping. Humor can be.
So I need to
a
cancel
good
the clown. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, you need to cancel the clowns. Send in the clowns. Humor is a good supplement to medicine. Don't stop the medicine, though.
Oh, that's another thing. Are you guys zombies? I'm a zombie, technically.
How are you?
Did you guys become zombies?
Since when?
Well, the alert went off, which was turning using the 5G to turn the microchip that we got from the vaccination. Turn us all into zombies.
Is that a
because
thing?
that was a huge QAnon conspiracy. So if you're going to have conspiracies about things like that, maybe think about does this make sense on a grand scheme? Why would you want the majority of people who would listen to the government to be the ones turned into zombies. Wouldn't you want the ones who wouldn't listen to the government if you were the government?
But what's
Wouldn't you want those to be the ones
to
to turn into zombies and get rid of them so you have a whole bunch of obedient people?
But did you have to hear the alert to turn into a zombie, or like
No,
what's
as
the deal?
soon as your phone went off.
Because everybody has a phone.
It had to
Yeah.
do with 5G.
So if
My phone
everybody,
went off.
My phone went off, yeah.
if everybody's a zombie,
Yeah.
No, but it had to do with the 5G activating a thing that was in the vaccine. So it was only if you were vaccinated would you turn
Good.
into a zombie.
grief. So it's double authentication.
It's two-factor authentic zombie authentication.
If you can select all the crosswalks in this picture,
You won't
sorry,
become a zombie.
you got syphilis
Wait,
now.
do the
Like, what
handlebars
fuck
count
is-
as the motorcycle?
Fucking hate that.
Yeah,
It makes me feel like, wait, am I a robot?
Right. Do I select the shadow of the bicycle also? Is that
Yeah.
count? It gets
Does
very
the
confusing.
pole on the stoplight count as the stoplight? I don't
Yeah.
like.
is
I
that a
would
truck
know.
or is that an SUV? I don't
Yeah,
know which one to. Yeah,
Name the sedan.
Oh boy. Yeah, those are really tough to do sometimes. I get psyched out. One I had to do recently and I had to do several problems. There were like several math problems. They're like, how many of these numbers add up to 14? Like which and I had to and it was like 6 plus 8. Yeah, okay, that one.
it's like this feels like in the wheelhouse of a robot. Like
I was gonna
feel
say,
like a
that's-
robot would be able to be like. what
That's a
is
question
this?
only a robot can answer.
Yeah,
No, I was
Maybe
probably
that was the
fair.
trick. Maybe if you got it wrong every time they asked, they knew you weren't a robot.
you're a human. Yeah,
Oh man, that's
you
probably
start
what it
typing
was.
representative in like.
Oh boy.
Good times, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good time. I hope everybody is enjoying this on their Saturday morning.
We might
And
be off next week.
we might be off next week.
Sounds like-
Yeah, the schedule's going to be funny. Oh, by the way, this is Saturday that this is airing.
Yeah.
We've got one more day of banned book week, so I suggest you grab one of the banned books from the giant list of banned books from Republican states. I've been reading Animal Farm in celebration of
Banned. I thought you meant banned books. I
Yeah,
was
like
like,
the bean
are we in
book.
high school?
like
we gotta get our
Oh,
sheet
you thought
music?
about high school. I was thinking about like bands.
bands. Yeah, like a high school band. Like,
That's
Yeah.
the first kind of band you think of when someone
well,
says band.
you were
You
like,
think of
by
high
the
school
way,
band.
the last, blah blah blah. Get your band book. You know,
Get your yearbook signed. No,
Yeah.
it's the great list of books that the Republican legislators have banned from being.
Why is it the last week?
It's the last couple days. The week is National Banned Book Week,
Okay.
and since this is
I'm
airing on
confused.
Saturday, there's
so
only
there's
one
banned
left.
books like Led Zeppelin and the Beatles.
Those
Beatle
are not
books?
on the list.
There's a non-banned band.
Unless they make
books.
white people feel uncomfortable about history, those books will
Right.
not be on the banned book list.
Okay, yeah, that's
Gotcha.
true. That's
Because
true.
God forbid we learn from our history.
God forbid that we accept that slavery was bad and wrong.
Yeah. So anything about slavery, any Orwell books, because that talks about like fascism and the dangers of that.
Right.
Those are on the banned book list. Animal Farm is really good. I'd never read it before, and I am very enjoying it. And it's really short, so if you get a copy, you can read it within a day or two.
I started reading that like a while ago. Actually, I should finish it. That's the
But these
interesting thing
all-
about all of these like fascist people and stuff, because there's a playbook, right, from like let's say Hitler era, where
I believe
Hitler
he
was, like,
wrote a book.
Yeah. He did indeed. He wrote a book about
Mind
here's how you
playbook.
get people to rally behind you for like unsavory causes and like for your and if you follow that book, if you follow those steps very precisely, as there's like a political analyst who talks about this all the time, Robert Reich.
Robert Reich.
Yeah,
Right.
he's great.
Brilliant.
He's always kind of like delineating. Check him out. He will say, look, if you do these things, you will succeed as a fascist. And we learned that. That's why we try not to do that. That's why we say, let's not forget. Let's not do this again. But people like Trump are like, no. I'm going to do the list because I'm a complete psychopath. I will do the things that will get me into power. And
And he has a
it'll work
group
every
of
time.
psychopaths working for him. I'm convinced this is like it could never happen, which means it's going to happen. Trump will be the first person in history to be both Speaker of the House and President from prison. And it's all going to be at the same time.
And then President Camacho from Idiocracy. Vice President Camacho.
Boy. Did you see that thing about these shoes? Did we talk about that? The shoes in Idiocracy?
No, let's get some shoes.
There's a the costume designer of that was like, okay, so we gotta pick something goofy that all of the characters can wear as these shoes, the dumb characters. And they found this brand that was not popular. They were really struggling, so they bought all of these shoes to use, and those shoes were Crocs.
That's right.
Are you serious? It makes so much sense.
And now everybody wears Crocs.
Because this is Idiocracy.
Yeah. We brought it back to crocodiles and alligators and Crocs.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. All the way. Home run.
Home run. Well, I'd say we covered it all. We really did this week.
We laughed, we cried, we held
on a high note.
Yeah, we should definitely go. I would present my Nicolas Cage Crocs right now, but they are 2,500 miles away currently.
I thought you said crotch at first, and I was like, all right, we're going to see this.
We're going to see Nicolas Cage's crotch.
Aristotle's had it for years, and he doesn't let anyone see it.
I've had my crotch redesigned to be exactly like Nicolas Cage's crotch.
That's for the Patreon. That's the Patreon content.
Yeah. Where can we find that Patreon, Dave?
Internet.
The internet at patreon.com/Stone and Rolls podcast. I'll put the little bug on the screen right now. So
you throw the ball to Dave. Thank God Aristotle was there for the alley-oop.
It's a lot of words to remember.
Yeah. Do we have to say all the things? Follow Stone and Rolls podcast on all of the platforms. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, do all of the things. And also, follow us each. Dave, your Instagram is Camera Fox, right? At Camera Fox.
It's more things. I think it's Foxtrot Images.
It's Foxtrot Images.
That's it. Foxtrot Images. And Lee is the Lee with no name. I should put these on the screen. And I'm Aristotle Dreyer. That's my name.
Yeah. And also, we got to plug this October 14th, Saturday. If you're in Los Angeles, come to the TCL Chinese Theater for our screening of our film Dig at the when is it? Short Block 4 at Scream Fest.
Yep.
Which will be 4:45 p.m. Make sure to come down if you're in Los Angeles. It's going to be a hell of a time. We're going to hang out afterwards. There's a bar there.
Yep.
And
I'm so bummed I'm missing the opening party.
Oh,
yeah. And it's expensive, that opening party.
Yeah.
but
it's worth it. It's a really good time.
It is.
But if you can't make it to that, October 14th, come. We're going to have a really fun time.
Yeah. Watch our movie.
Watch the movie.
If you're in Utah, November 4th, we'll be there for Film Quest. We're playing, I believe that is also a Saturday. Mm-hmm. And that is the 11 o'clock a.m. showing in Velour, downtown.
Yeah.
Provo, Utah. It's going to be great.
Film
Quest is another amazing film festival. It's so much fun. Oh my God, I'm so excited. We have things to live for.
We love it. We love you. Thank you, everybody, for hanging with us. And good day, sir. See you next time.
This is the part where we get to guess if the intro music's playing.
Yeah, my butt. Oh my God.
Roach clips could be short.